Alright, finally, thank gosh. It was starting to get a little bit awkward there. I predicted that they were going to be releasing the class like straight after the hot time finished, and it's been a couple days, and now they finally released the patch notes, and I'm sure by the time this video goes live, they're going to have the class and the patch live, and we're going to be able to be playing it. But there is a lot to talk about this patch, and of course the biggest thing this patch is they're going to be releasing the Aran class to us, so that's really cool. It's going to be a new warrior class that we can play that uses a new weapon, so the polearm. And she focuses on using combo abilities. So when you attack a monster or use a skill, you'll get a combo, and you can see here in the photo, it goes up to 404. It goes up to 499 before it gets capped off, and then once you hit level 60, it'll go up to 500 because you get a new passive. So here it's talking about the combo. So every 50 combos you get, you'll get a stack of your passive that you get at level 1. It's called combo abilities, and this gives you increased crit rate and also increased crit attack resistance. So that's going to be really good to have stacked up all the time, and because it stacks up 5 times and it gets 1 every 50 combos, it should be able to be stacked up to max at 250 combos. And if your combos can go up to 500, then you've got a lot of time before it wears down and starts actually depleting your buff. Because if you don't attack a monster for 10 seconds, that will mean you get 10 combos reduced. So if you're at 500 and you don't attack a monster for 10 seconds, it's only going to go down to 490. So it's really easy to get it back up. And also once you do hit level 60, you'll have access to the Adrenaline Rush ability, which gives you a like fucking crazy amount of stats. It gives you like increased attack, increased damage, increased defenses. It makes your abilities hit an extra line, and it also makes them hit an extra target. It's fucking crazy. So I'll talk about that a little bit further down once we get to it, but yeah, so you get that at level 60, and up until then you can have 499 combos, so whatever. And this here is something really kind of interesting, and I don't super agree with it, but so Arans are actually stronger if you play them manually. Here it's saying that if, I think it was some of your abilities, you'll get knocked back if you're actually using them in auto battle, but then if you use them while manual and you get hit, you won't get knocked back. And I think it also says that some abilities may gain additional stats if you use them while playing manual play. So they might hit harder. So I mean, like, I don't necessarily disagree with it, because I mean, yeah, it's a game, you should be playing it. But if you've got a game that's like focusing on auto, and like like 99% of people are autoing 99% of the time, and you've got like a class whose main ability is towards the end, where is it? Here it is at the end. Finishes Hunting Prey and finishes Storm of the Eye. Both can't be used during auto battle. Like, isn't that going to like cut out a good chunk of this class's potential? Or are all the other skills really strong, so it's not going to matter? I don't know. Alright, so yeah. A couple of the skills are going to be weaker if you're using them in auto battle, but if you use them in manual, then hey, you'll be laughing, you'll be doing way more damage, I think. I'm not sure. Doesn't say any numbers here. Alright, here's this Adrenaline Rush ability I was talking about. So automatically activates once you get 500 combos. Increases physical damage decrease, magic damage decrease, crit rate, and crit damage. And then also increases the number of targets and hits by 1 for all skills, which is huge. And I don't see a cooldown here. It probably has a cooldown, but if it lasts 15 seconds and it actually doesn't have a cooldown, then you could like let your combos wear off and chuck it back on. I don't know how long this buff lasts either. Oh, it lasts 15 seconds. Shut the fuck up. Alright, and of course with the new class, the Aran, there's the Aran starting area, which is Rain. So there's going to be a new map here. We've got a couple maps. And there's not really much to talk about there, it's just a starting zone. Alright, now this is a pretty fucking big one. So now there's a literal live battle between guilds where you can compete against each other and then compete with all guilds because it's ranked as well. So your guild master can register for this at, I think it was like 21 o'clock, so it's like 9 o'clock in game. And there's like a 15-minute window where your guild master can put in an application, and then you'll get matched against a guild. And now I can't stress this enough, guys. This is something that you're going to want to participate in. And it's going to be something that you're going to want to be in a good guild for, because you're going to want to fucking win. Because, let me just scroll right down here. There it is. 600 crystals for first place. 300 crystals for second. 200... Fuck off, dog! 200 crystals for 3rd place, 150 crystals for 4th and 10th, 100 crystals for 11th to 50th, and even if you're in the top 0 to 10%, you still get some crystals. Not a whole lot, but you still get some. So, I mean, like, top 50 doesn't even sound like that hard to get. I don't think there's going to be that many crazy guilds in every server. So, you definitely should be wanting to participate in this because, guys, I can't believe this. Nexon's giving us a way to obtain their cash shop currency in-game without paying fucking money.
Oh, just need to make a video.
Alright, so as I was saying, your guild master can put in the application for your guild to participate in the battle, and then you'll get matched with the guild. Your guild master can join the waiting room, and then they can invite guild members. And then from there, you'll go into the actual battle where you're racing against the other guild to try and kill the boss target as quickly as possible. So it's the first guild to kill the boss wins, or the guild to do the most damage when the time expires wins. Alright, it actually gets a little bit competitive here, guys. Because there's a ranking system, you get matched against guilds who are similar to your rank. So if there's a good guild that's at a higher rank, and I mean you're at a higher rank, then you're going to be put against them, and it's going to be a pretty fair fight, which is going to make it kind of interesting. But then they've also got these which you can use, and there's like debuffs for your enemies and buffs for your team. So you can slow or stun your enemies, you can increase your allies' attack, you can do damage to your enemies and potentially kill them, I suppose. Also in the Guild Vault Battle tab, you can see the ranks. So I suppose you'll be able to see like all the guilds, or maybe just the top ones, or just the ones that are around where your guild is. But you can see the season points that your guild has. So this will be what determines your rank. So I mean, 5001, what they've got there, that's just in the top tier. It goes 5001 and higher, which you can see just down here. That's what you want to aim for. You want to be the very best. Here we can see a little chart of how the points are determined. So when you win, you get 400 points. For winning consecutively, you get bonus points. For winning within a certain amount of time, you get points. For destroying the buildings, you get points. And then for losing, you lose 100 points. So I mean, as long as you win a couple times, it looks like you're going to be gaining points a lot quicker than you're going to be losing points. So just try not to lose, you know? Alright, so here it's just talking about the rewards you get and how to qualify for them. So it says like overall season rank. This is like to get the season reward at the end of the 2 weeks. Your guild has to participate in 5 games during the season, and a guild member to be eligible for the rewards has to participate in 3 of those games. That's what I take from this. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but that's what I understand. And for the daily ones, it pretty much just says, after the daily battle point calculations, you get your rewards. Further down here, we can see the daily rewards that we get. So if you win, you get 300 guild points, you get some FIFA tickets, you get a Ming Ming's grub, you get 2 hours of auto battle charge every day if you win. That's really good. You also get some power elixirs, which I've never used, and a snake soup for some extra experience. So that's really cool as well, because they're my favorite. They last like a fucking hour. They're mint. If you get defeated, you still get 200 guild points. You get a fever buff ticket, a fish cake skewer. I can't remember what that one gives. 1 30-minute battle charge ticket, so you still get half an hour, and you also get 3 power elixirs. If you tie, you get 100 guild points. You get 1 fever ticket. You get a salad. You get a 10-minute auto charge ticket, and you get 1 power elixir. Why? Why the fuck do you get a shittier reward for tying than you do for being defeated? Why? That makes no sense. And okay, 1 random box. So probably just 1 of those rewards. But you could still potentially, if you're victorious, get 2 hours of auto battle charge for just fucking doing a minigame, which is really nice. And I'm really not sure why, if you tie, you get shittier rewards than if you get defeated. And here I've already talked about it a little bit, but like I was saying, you really want to focus on trying to be top because, guys, crystals. It's like everything that was pay to win can now be accessible free to play. You want to enhance your gear? Just fucking be the top guild. Easy. Alright, and this is another huge thing that we're getting. Yay, we're getting Pink Bean to kill. So another boss that we can take out during the boss expedition times. And he actually has, the main that I'm seeing is eye accessory drops. So kind of like Zakum, because Zakum has the normal Zakum eye accessory drop, which I still haven't fucking got. And I'm not even salty about it, man. Nah, I'll get it soon, because also in this patch, they've increased all the bosses' drop rates of items. So, be looking forward to your expeditions coming up, boys. Be looking forward to it. Alright, so here it's saying, how does Pink Bean differ from other bosses? And we actually have a limit to how many times we can get revived. It doesn't get affected by if like a bishop uses resurrection, or I'm not sure what it's saying. It's like if a DK uses a recovery health ability before death. Oh, like one of those automatic revive ones? Yeah, right. Duh. But in normal mode, you can only get revived 6 times per player, and then in hard mode, you can only get revived 3 times. In the Pink Bean expedition, there's going to be 5 sub-bosses before you actually start attacking the main boss, Pink Bean. And we can see here they are Solomon the Wise, Hugin, Ariel, Munin, and Rex the Wise. And they activate kind of staggered, and then you have to go around and kill them. And then once they're all dead, yeah, you can have access to kill the Pink Bean. Pink Bean's pretty simple to kill. I used to kill him on Global Maple Story, but I haven't killed him in a fucking while. So there's a lot of abilities that he uses, and there's a couple things you have to watch out for, like Zombify. So if he uses Zombify and you're affected by that, and then one of your priests heal, you'll take damage instead of being healed. So be careful for that. And then he also does damage reflect, so be careful for that as well. Alright, and now this is something that I honestly thought was going to be an event. I didn't think that we're going to add this as a mini game, but it turns out they've added this new thing called Cooking with Tangyun. And I think you have to kill monsters inside the mini game, and then you'll get like items to make a recipe, and then you have to try to make the correct recipe for the day, and then if you do the right thing, then you get a better buff. I don't fucking understand, man. All this shit's getting so fucking whack. And now this is something I really wanted to talk about. As soon as I saw it, I was like, what the fuck, guys? So I assume this is probably in place to help prevent like the mesos selling, mesos trading and shit. But I mean, just stop fucking adding stupid stuff to the fucking game, guys. So now there's red mesos, which you can get and use in everything in the game except the trade station. And you get these from doing quest rewards, theme rewards, and events and things. So this is going to replace most of the mesos you get from like questing and everything. So that money is now basically going to be bound to your account. So you can't trade that over to other accounts through the trade station or anything. So this is probably in place to stop them. So I mean it's great, but it also means that I'm going to have less tradable mesos. So I'm not super excited for that. Hey, but instead they've updated the trade station a little bit more, and they've actually taken away the wait time that we have to do when an item sells. So as soon as an item sells, we can get it out of the trade station, which is really nice. Except they've fucked us with another one. They've made it so we can only buy 10 items every single day. 10 items. That's it. Are you fucking serious? I can go through a session of fucking trade stationing and buy 50 items. What am I meant to do with 10? You fuck. Oh, but there's no limit on cash shop items. You little dirty dog. And now this, I don't completely understand. I think it means items that are completely identical. So like cash shop items, because they're just cosmetic. And if they're the same item, they're completely identical. They all look the same, they all have the same stats because they haven't got any. These items can be listed by lowest price. So I think you can just chuck them in at a minimum. And then only a few of them will be visible for someone to buy. And then as soon as someone buys one of those 3 minimum priced items, the next one along will become visible. And also, if an item gets put in the trade station and the game deems it to be an irregular price, it might just not show up for sale, which is kind of fucking stupid. Because I like when someone puts up an item for the wrong price, because I like to buy it. Because that's what the fucking game's about, bitch! Fuck! I don't understand this stupid update. And now this is a huge one, which I really hope was really focusing on damage and not just improving the stats that they had, because if it is, then I'm stuck with just a bow that gives even more bonus experience. But all the weapons except Jaehin, you see this, guys? I told you Jaehin from the start. I've said Jaehin's the fucking best, and they've buffed all the other ones. So Bryza the Aragares bloody. So I think that was the IPOS for the archers. I don't know if that's actually going to change all the IPOS ones, but it's an IPOS bow, not an Agares bow. And the art guard will be improved. So all those, the 3 times, hopefully will be a lot better. And here's just some other changes. If you don't play the game for 4 days and you come back, instead of getting 2 million mesos, you'll get 2 million red mesos. And this is a cool one, which I was talking about before, is all the expeditions have an increased drop rate. So now hopefully we will start seeing some actual accessories drop. And then of course it wouldn't be a beautiful Nexon update without another huge actual money sink in the game. And so now we have the master label cash shop items, which is just getting to like, it's so fucked. It's like a new level of like wasting money. And so now, from opening royal style boxes, you can get your S cash shop set, which has like the set effect for like 3% damage and like 2% boss damage and stuff, whatever. But now you can get the sewing machines, which you can then use to put 2 of the S grade cash shop sets together, and then you maybe will get a master label piece. And then that master label piece, once you have the full set, gives you like fucking 10% bonus damage and like 15% bonus something else or something. It's insane. But it's just like, take my money, give me damage. Fuck, man. Alright, and there's been some bug fixes. I'm not reading them, they've been fixed. Alright, so a pretty fucking big patch today, guys. A lot of changes, a lot of new things put in the game, so I'm keen to get in and see how it goes. So cheers for watching, leave a like if you did, and sub as well, man.
It's free. Catch a boy.